I've spent a year with the Insta 360 Flow, and the results might surprise you. So, my initial impressions of the Insta 360 Flow were quite neutral. In fact, it was my girlfriend who thought this thing was really cool and told me to get it. And I didn't even open the box for at least a month when I finally decided to open it. The reenactment is based on real occurrences, but the names of the individuals and entities have been changed to protect their privacy and confidentiality.
What is this? Insta 360 Flow. Meh.
I thought this looks like a cool little device, but didn't really know what it was capable of until I started experimenting with it. My expectations were that this was going to be another selfie stick slash tripod with some gimmicky AI features, but to my surprise, this thing was actually useful in more ways than I expected. There were a few little features that I actually thought were quite useful. To my surprise, this thing was quite durable. I thought for sure something would have broken on it by now, considering it has so many moving parts, but it's held up pretty well over the past year. The feel of this thing is really solid and has some heft to it. It doesn't feel cheaply made besides the tripod stands, which gives me a feeling of it breaking sooner than later, but lucky that it has not broken on me yet. One design feature that stood out to me was the tinted translucent plastic piece at the top of the arm. Being able to see the internals seemed really cool to me. Another thing I thought was really cool was the scroll wheel on it. It kind of reminded me of the old school iPods with the scrolling buttons. I also really like the fact that the tripod legs are hidden within the base, making this little gadget have tons of functionality. This little gadget has been pretty consistent in terms of usability. I have not had any trouble with the tracking capabilities, nor have I had any trouble with it showing up in my shots, like some people have had. The battery life on this has been pretty solid. They claim it has 12 hours of battery life, but I've never used it for 12 hours straight, so I can't attest to that. But it's held up pretty damn steady in the times I've needed to use it. Plus, it can double as a battery bank, which still holds up well for long video shoots. Even when I'm using it as a battery pack, I've never needed to charge it mid-shoot. The companion app Insta360 is nice. It has tons of different things in this one device. One of my favorite things to do is the panel photos, which you saw in the beginning of the video. Honestly, I think that was really cool. And of course, it has tons more things it can do, such as a hand gesture to start recording, which, for me as someone who films solo, helps a lot. Just wish it was more robust in the type of footage you can record, like Blackmagic camera. But overall, it's great. Honestly, this thing is one of my go-to devices when filming cool or quick things while using my phone. I really enjoy how compact it gets, that it can fit in my pocket. And like I mentioned just earlier, I think the solo recording feature really comes in clutch. I also really enjoy the fact that it doubles as a battery bank, which has saved me quite a few times. This thing is really easy to use. I've probably had maybe 2 times where it didn't recognize my phone right away and my phone just stayed limp, but other than that, I've had no problems with it. Plus, the improvements they added to the Pro version make the problem disappear. And for about the same price, I'd probably recommend getting the Pro, which I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check them out. I can't really compare this to any other smartphone gimbals as I've never really had a need to get a different one because this one accomplishes everything I need it for. But of course you can try the main competitor, which I believe is the DJI Osmo, which I would like to try. I've heard that if you have more of a budget phone, the Osmo is the better choice as some of the features on the Insta360 Flow won't work. But I have heard that the Insta360 is easier to use, so keep that in mind. I also hear that Hohem makes great gimbals too. Again, I'll leave links to all these gimbals in the description below. After using the Insta360 Flow for a year, I found it exceeding my initial expectations, revealing itself to be more than just a gimmicky selfie stick with AI capabilities. Its durable build quality and thoughtful design, like the tinted translucent plastic and scroll wheel, stood out to me. The gadget has proven to be consistently reliable, with solid battery life and useful companion app, offering features like panel photos and hand gesture recording. My daily use experience has been positive with its compact design and dual functionality, as a battery bank being particularly valuable. Although I haven't tested any other smartphone gimbals, the Insta360 Flow has met all my needs, making it a worthy investment. Overall, I recommend the Insta360 Flow, especially for those who will utilize its full range of features. But I would go for the Pro as it's the same price as the regular version for now, but better. Honestly, even with the limited use I do with this gimbal, I still think it's more than worth it, especially if you're more likely to use all its functions, then it's a definite buy. Tell me your thoughts of the Insta 360 Flow in the comment section. Is it worth the price, or is the competition better? If you want to pick one up for yourself, I do have a link in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to check out these other videos, as well as make sure you give a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for watching. It means the world to me. And until next time, this is You're the Hero. Peace out.